Okay, children, now we are going to discuss a series of organic chemistry lessons. That is because most of you think that organic chemistry is somewhat difficult. So therefore, I decided to start a set of organic chemistry lessons. First of all, in organic chemistry, we need to know what is hydrocarbons are. The first topic that we discuss is hydrocarbon. The first topic is hydrocarbon. Right. Now, what are these hydrocarbons are? In chemistry, the hydrocarbons means the compounds that they are made out of carbon and hydrogen only. If there is a compound, the compound is made of carbon and hydrogen only. This is very important. Only if they are made out of carbon and hydrogen only, they are called organic compounds. That's hydrocarbon. They are called what? Hydrocarbons. The meaning of the hydrocarbon means the compounds that they are made out of carbon and hydrogen only. So throughout this series of organic chemistry, we mainly discuss about the hydrocarbons. Means compounds that they have only two elements. What are these two elements? Carbon and hydrogen. Only two elements. What are these two elements? Carbon and hydrogen. Now for an example, this is the simplest hydrocarbon that anybody can see, CH4, or we call methane or biogas, right? Methane is a hydrocarbon. Why methane is hydrocarbon? Because it is made of carbon and hydrogen only. Another one, say that two carbon atoms, and this one. So this thing is called ethane. This is ethane. Ethane also a hydrocarbon. Why? Because it is made out of carbon and hydrogen only. And another one very famous, octane, C8H18. This is a hydrocarbon because it's made of carbon and hydrogen only. But if you concern this one, C6H12O6, this is not a hydrocarbon. C6H12O6, this is not a hydrocarbon. Why? Because it has oxygen. It is not only made of carbon and hydrogen. Now, for an example, another one, say that C2H5OH is an ethanol. This is also not a hydrocarbon. Why? Because there's oxygen. So to be a hydrocarbon, it should be made out of carbon and hydrogen only. It should be made out of what? Carbon and hydrogen only. So now the next thing is, now I like to introduce you a series of family of one family of hydrocarbon. What this family of hydrocarbon is? Alkane, alkane, alkane family of the hydrocarbon. Alkane family, or that family, or a particular series of hydrocarbons called homologous series. Alkane is a one homologous series. Alkene is another homologous series. Alcohol is another homologous series. Carboxylic acid is another homologous series. Esters are another homologous series. This family is called what? Homologous series, right? So alkane is the first family or first homologous series that we discussed. So we are going to discuss alkane, or else we can say alkane homologous series. That is what we are going to discuss, alkane homologous series. Now, when we concern the members in the alkane homologous series, they have the general formula. general formula. All the alkanes, all the members in the alkane family need to satisfy this general formula. What is that general formula? Is CnH2n plus 2. This is the general formula of all the alkane family members. Alkane family members need to satisfy this general formula. What is the general formula? CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2. So, like concern, uh, if we are going to construct alkane, the alkane need to satisfy the general formula CnH2n plus 2 is the general formula of all the alkanes. And all the alkanes need to finish their name with the suffix "ane." They all need to finish their name with the suffix "ane." So "ane" is the suffix for the alkanes. So alkanes finish their name with something like a surname. We all have the surname at the end of our name. Like that, alkanes finish their name with the surname or suffix "ane." Now we see the first member of alkane family, the simplest member of alkane family, right? The first member of alkane family, or the simplest member of alkane family. The simplest member of the alkane family is made with one carbon atom. Okay, how many carbon atom? One, right? What the general formula? Remember, CnH2n plus 2, right? Okay, now n is equal 1. This time n is equal 1. So how many carbon atom? 1. Then hydrogen atom how many? Hydrogen how many? 1 carbon atom, right? 1 carbon, n is equal 1. 1 into 2, 2. 2 plus 2, 4. So how many hydrogen? 4. See that n is equal 1. So 1, n is equal 1. 1 into 2, 2. 2 plus 2, 4. CH4, right? And the next one, second member of this family has 2 carbon atoms. C2, how many hydrogen? C2. So n is equal 2. 2 into 2, 4. 2 into 2, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. C2H6. Right. Third member of this family. Who is that? Then third member has 3 carbon. And then how many hydrogen? Say that n is equal 3. 3 into 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. Right. And the next one, fourth member of this family, C4H, n is equal 4. 4 into 2, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. C4H10. Fifth member of this family, C5H, n is equal 5. 5 into 2, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. C5H12. Next member, C6H14. C6H14. The next member is C6H14. Next member is C7H16. The next member is C8H18. Right. Then the next thing is depending on the number of carbon atoms, the naming system is different. One is called met, two is called et, three is called prop, four is called but, five is called pent, six is called hex, seven is called hept, 8 is called oct, 9 is called nono, 10 is called deca. Right. So, if there's a one carbon atom met, 2 carbon atom eth, 3 carbon atom prop, 4 carbon atom but, pent, hex, hept, oct, nono, deca, right? So that way we can name the number of carbon atom. So if one carbon atom meth, the name in end with ane. One carbon atom called meth. If there's a one carbon, meth. Surname is ane. So methane, this is methane. This is methane. So two carbon called eth. Surname is ane. So ethane, we call that is ethane. Three carbon called prop. Ane, propane. Propane. Four carbon called but. Butane. Butane. Five carbon called pent. Pentane. Pentane. Six carbon atom called hex. Hexane. Hexane. Seven carbon atom called hept. Heptane. Heptane. Eight carbon atom called oct. Octane. Octane, you all are familiar with octane. Octane 90, octane 92, octane 95. This label is there in the petrol shape because the petrol is octane. Right. So now see that if there's one carbon meth, two carbon eth, three carbon prop, four carbon but, pent, hex, hept, oct, nono, deca, they finish their name with the surname and depending on that, we give the names for the first 8 member of alkane family. They are the first 8 members of alkane family. The ninth one, nonane. The next one, the decane. Right. So the next one. So we see then how can we name alkene? Right. How do we give the names for alkenes? Right. How do we name the alkenes? Right. And how do we construct the formula for alkene? So now we got the second homologous series. My next homologous series is alkene. Now we are going to discuss alkene homologous series. Like early, alkene homologous series also have general formula. What the general formula of alkene homologous series? CnH2n. What the general formula of alkene homologous series? CnH2n. Okay. Now, the simplest member of alkene has two carbon atom. Simplest member of alkene has two carbon atom. Right. Then CnH2n. How many carbon? Two times of that hydrogen. And then therefore the hydrogen is 4. The next member, 3 carbon, then 3 into 2, 3 into 2, 6. And the 4 carbon, 4 into 2, 8. And 5 carbon, 5 into 2, 10. And the 6 carbon, 6 into 2, 2. 7 carbon, 7 into 2, 14. 8 carbon, 8 into 2, 16. Right. So they finish. Alkene finish their name with the suffix "ene." The surname of these family members. Surname of these family members is "ene," or their names are end with "ene" suffix. Right. So, one carbon is meth, two carbon is eth, right? Here, two carbon, ethene, 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 right? Because two carbon is called eth, three carbon called prop. So, propene, here it is what? Propene. right? And then the 4 carbon is bute. Butene, we call that butene, right? 5 carbon is pentene, we call that is pentene. 6 carbon is hexene, hexene. 7 carbon hept, heptene, heptene. 8 carbon octene, octene. So that is how we name the first 8 members of alkene family or alkene homologous series. That is how we name the first 8 members of alkene family or alkene homologous series. Right. Now I will go to another small topic in hydrocarbon lessons. That is, how do we draw displayed formula and the molecular formula? Displayed formula and the molecular formula. Right. Now you see that. So we are to be discuss displayed formula and molecular formula. See that molecular formula and the other one is displayed formula. Right, displayed formula. I will go to methane. 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 Uh, this molecular formula means what? The molecular formula means formula that it shows the real number of atoms present. For an example, molecular formula of water is H2O. Molecular formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. The real number of atoms present is represented in molecular formula. So you are much familiar with the molecular formula. Earlier for the alkane and alkene family, we write down the list. That is what? Molecular formula. So now I will write first methane. Right. I will write first methane. Methane, this methane family. So methane molecular formula, one carbon, C, one carbon. Methane is an alkane, so CH4. This is the molecular formula. The displayed formula, what is displayed formula? Displayed formula display how each and every bond is connected. Displayed formula display all the bonds, right? Like this way. See that carbon, hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. Remember, carbon must make 4 bonds because carbon's valency is 4. Right. So this is the displayed formula of methane. Now we go to the next member of that family, ethane. Right. Ethane. Ethane is molecular formula means real number of atoms shown. C2H6, right? C2H6. So how can I draw this one? 2 carbon atom. 1, 2. And 6 hydrogen atom. Anyhow, carbon need to make 4 bonds. See that? This carbon has now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This carbon has 4. Right? And this carbon also need to have 4. 1, 2, 3 bonds and 4. So this is what the displayed formula of ethene. Sorry, ethane. And the next one, propane. Propane. Prop means 3 carbon. So C3, H8. It is C3H8. How can I draw that? Three carbon atom need to draw 1, 2, 3. Carbon has to have 4 bonds. So then 1, 2, 3, 8 hydrogen, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See that carbon always has 4 bonds. And 3 carbon and 8 hydrogen is satisfied. This is the displayed formula of propane. Right. The next one, butane. Butane means 4 carbon, C4H10, right? So then there are 4, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms. 10 hydrogen atom need to fill there in a way that carbon always gain 4 bonds. Need to fill 10 hydrogen and each carbon need to have 4 bonds. 1, 2, 3. No vacancies. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. C first 10 displayed formula. This is the molecular formula. The next one, butane. Next one, pentane. Pentane, that is C5H10. C5H10. See that? 5 carbon atoms should be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. And then 10 hydrogen atoms. Sorry, C5H12. C5H12. 12 hydrogen atoms need to grow. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that is how C5H12 is, I mean pentane. So we go to next one, hexane. Hexane. Hexane is 6 carbon atom. So it is C6, HCnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2, that is the formula. So then 14, C6H14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms and 14 hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now you can notice then each carbon has 4 bonds, compulsory case. So then hexane displayed formula is here, molecular formula is here. You can practice heptane, octane, nonane as a homework. Right. The next one. We go to how we draw, we will discuss now how we draw molecular formula and displayed formula for alkene family or alkene homologous series. Right. See this one now. Next one is ethene. Ethene is alkene. General formula is CnH2n. General formula, if you remember, CnH2n. So C2, then according to this, Cn is equal to, so 2 into 2, 4, C2H4. Now, when I'm displaying this 2 carbon atom, 1, 2, then put 2, I mean alkenes are organic compounds or hydrocarbons that they always have double. To be alkene, there should be double. At least one double bond, perhaps may be more than one double bond. So this is alkene. So I must draw the carbon-carbon double bond. And how many hydrogen? Four, right? One, two, three, four. So C2H4 is satisfied. Molecular formula, displayed formula of ethene. We go to propene. Propene. So C3, 2 times of carbon, 6. The next one, how many carbon? 3 carbon. There must be double bond. Put a double bond, right? This carbon need to have 4 bonds. 1, 2, with this one 3 and 4. Double bond. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. This carbon already has 3 bonds. 1 vacancy for hydrogen. This carbon already has 1 bond, so 3 vacancies for hydrogen. 3 vacancies for hydrogen. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C3H6 it becomes. Propene C3H6. Next one, butene C4H8. How can I draw that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is an alkene, so must have the double bond. Is an alkene, must have the double bond. So how can I show this double bond? Maybe this place or any place. So I'll put the double bond here for my easy. The next one here, hydrogen, hydrogen. 4 is filled. See 1, 2, 3, 4. And here 4, and here 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds there for this carbon. If we count, this carbon has now 4 bonds. If we count, and then this carbon also has 3 vacancies for the hydrogen. And the next one, pentene. Pentene. So how can I draw the pentene? Molecular formula, the formula that is show the real number of atoms percent. C4H, sorry, C5H10. C5H10. So how can I draw that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is an alkene. So the double bond must, I put the double bond in the middle this time, right? And there are 3 vacancies for the hydrogen. So then only this carbon has 4 bonds. This carbon already has 3 bonds. So we give the chance for the 1 hydrogen. This also has chance for the 1 hydrogen. But this has a chance to 2 hydrogen. 1, 2, 3. C5H10 is there. Likewise, you can try hexene, heptene, octene like homeworks. Okay, now this is how we draw the displayed formula and molecular formula. And now we can write sometimes structural formula. Right. So we see that what is that structural formula? Using 1 or 2 examples, I will explain what is structural formula is. Right. What is structural formula is, if I draw this thing, you see CH3 group here, so mark it as CH3, right? And you see CH group here, so write it as CH. And you see double bond there, put a double bond. And you see CH there, like this way, right? And you see CH2 there, C, here C, H, HCH2. And the end you can see again CH3 there. That's the structural formula. This is called structural formula. Let's see how we draw the structural formula for this one. You see the CH2, double bond, CH, and CH3. That's the way we draw the structural formula. If I consider an alkane, see if I consider alkane, right? Carbon, 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 carbon. This way, this is an alkane. I mean pentane. We did it early. So, okay. How can I write the structural formula? CH3. This is displayed formula. Now I'm going to draw structure. This is displayed formula. I write DF for that. This is structural formula. I write SF for that. CH3 next. See, CH2 next. CH2 again. CH2 again. CH3. That's how it comes. Right. And then there's another formula called empirical formula. The empirical formula you have learned earlier also. Empirical formula is the formula that it shows the simplest whole number ratio of atom. Formula that it shows the simplest whole number ratio of atom. For an example, say it is C3H6. Empirical formula we can write carbon, hydrogen. How many carbon? 3. How many hydrogen? 6. Divide everything by the smallest number. 3 is the smallest number. So here 1, here 2, and here what? CH2. The empirical formula is what? CH2. Right. So we got another one. Right. A hexane C6H14. C6H14 is the molecular formula. Empirical formula is what? Simplest whole number ratio of atoms. How can I get it? Write carbon and hydrogen separate. How many carbon there are? 6. How many hydrogen there are? 14. Is there any divisible number? Yes, that is 2. Both are divided by 2. 6 divided by 2, 3. 14 divided by 2, 7. The empirical formula is C3H7. Right? So like that, we can find the empirical formula. So we learn hydrocarbons are the compounds that they have carbon and hydrogen only. There are two we discussed. Alkane, the general formula is what? CnH2n plus 2. Name is finished with the suffix "ane." So it comes methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane. Alkene, general formula is CnH2n. Name is finished with the "ene," right? So it is called ethene, propene, butene, pentene, hexene, heptene, octene, like that. And we discuss how to give the names for that. And then we discuss molecular formula, displayed formula, structural formula, and the empirical formula. So we will meet again in another video to discuss the rest of the part of this organic series. Thank you.